Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jen Bonet with the Creative Coast, and we are a nonprofit organization focused on catalyzing the startup technology innovation ecosystem in Savannah, Georgia, where creatives, technologists, and entrepreneurs come together. This is part of our Lunchtime Topics webinar series, and today I'm really excited to have Kait Lance, our very own Kait Lance, Director of Social Media Marketing, giving a class on creating online classes using Teachable. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Kait.
Buddy, thanks, Jen. I appreciate the intro. I'm excited to talk about courses today, specifically a Teachable course, and what creating one looks like. And I just want to thank you all for taking your lunch break with me today. So well, let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen here. Give me just a minute. It's been a minute since I've been on Zoom. Okay, can you guys see my, nope, not yet. Can you see my screen now?
It's coming. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so creating an online course with Teachable. So first, I've got to say thank you. So B. Ray, she is a client I work with, and she is allowing me to use the back end of her Teachable to show you all how to navigate the different features of the course creation platform tool. And so just a little plug for B, you can check out her course, which is out right now. It's Pushing Past Your Purpose. And I can email you guys the link if you're interested in a promo code for $10 off. She's got a few more courses coming out, hopefully in the next few months. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. Okay, so why create an online course? So obviously you're here for a reason. Maybe it's largely because there's a pandemic and it's forcing many people to work from home, and find new sources of income or reach customers in a new way. So there's no limit to customers you can reach with an online course. And outside of a pandemic in general, it's so much easier, and depending on what you're aiming to learn, cheaper to take an online course from the comfort of your own home at your own pace. So that's the added benefit of creating an online course for your customers. So just a little stat here about the e-learning industry. It's continuing to grow. MarketWatch.com states it's the demand and increases due to, of course, social media and then, of course, technological advancements. So by 2025, the e-learning market is estimated to surpass 300 billion. And I believe I read in Forbes article that said it was going to be about 325 billion by 2025. Just to give you some insights into e-learning companies. So in 2013, lynda.com, it's an e-learning giant that you probably all have heard of. They accepted, it was like 103 million in venture funds, right? 2 years later in 2015, they were acquired by LinkedIn for 1.5 billion. It's now called LinkedIn Learning. You probably heard of it, right? I got that from actually a Forbes article by TJ McHugh, got a quote that in there. So, all right, so here's some more whys, so maybe personal whys, why you want to create an online course. So it allows you to build a targeted list of fans and source new leads, attract new clients. So some people use online courses as a part of the sales funnel for themselves. So to attract people to purchase other areas of their business, you collect information like emails and different data about your client, so you can learn more information about your audience and your business. So depending on what you put in your course and your opt-in form, and it can be a great way to learn about your customer base and collect data such as the demographic of your customers, and the personal reasons why people are taking your course within maybe a broader reason. I talked to somebody who recently said they wanted to create like a mini course to attract people, to get their information so they could then attract them to the main money maker of their business. So, okay, so another reason is, and this is kind of popular right now given the pandemic, it's a way to digitally productize a service you would typically offer, right? So, or a product maybe you would offer in some way. The one thing the pandemic has made clear is that if you're not an essential business or able to leave your house to provide services to your customers, pivoting to the online revenue model is a great way to reach new customers and make money. And maybe you've had to pivot with your business, or possibly you can't go to the office and have all this free time on your hands. So why not turn a skill, craft, or process that you've mastered into an online course? So it also allows you to make money for a smaller investment of time, right? So you spend, it can be time consuming, but you spend a lot of time, 40 hours making a course, and then it just continues to make money for you if you've got the right customer base for it. It's another way to offer additional value to your current customer base. So basically what that means is maybe you've got a new package you can offer. So sorry, give me just a minute. It's maybe you've got like a training video for your customers on how to use a product you've sold them, or how to use an online tool you've created for them. Maybe you can incorporate it into some kind of monthly subscription package, right? So they get the added value of having you directly teach them, or through like a webinar, or through a course like Teachable, on how to execute on your product or tool in further detail if they become a monthly subscriber. Lastly, it's, if you need to train new hires or teach employees, I think one thing I've learned in the past is you could give an intern this role of, hey, like come up with a Teachable course, so that we don't have to keep training new interns every summer or every semester. I know with the Creative Coast, we had college interns every semester, and we were retraining them until we developed a process that would allow us to just kind of streamline things, and they could go in and view links and direct them to our different internal documentation, like Basecamp and High-Rise, things like that. So, okay, so enough on that. So who can create an online course? So authors, artists, directors, entrepreneurs, social influencers, bakers, anyone. So anyone can really create an online course. Businesses, of course, included. Like I just mentioned, you can use it internally to retrain or train new hires. So here's just a couple of examples real quick. These are Teachable examples. This is actually one that I'm embarrassed to say that I bought. It's Whole House Decluttering Guide. So I tend to be organized when it comes to work, but at home, not so much. And this, I'm not going to go into the actual course because I'm not sure that I can do that legally since I bought it, but this was $47. And that's how much I found it very valuable for myself. She created an entire book that walked you through each room of your house and broke down the process she has for getting rid of things. For example, like if you're going to donate something, you put it in a pile. If it's still there after 7 days, you get rid of it, right? Like you're definitely not going to donate. You're not going to sell it. So she's got this process she's developed, and I found a lot. Well, I'm 18% complete, but so far I found a lot of value in it. Here's another one. This one's actually being offered for free right now. It's regularly $59, but it's the Art of Kitchen Improv. So this course will give you some serious kitchen confidence, how to improv cook, basically, so you don't need a recipe. Here's another one. It's a little bit pricier, $800, Power Up Podcasting. I've seen this guy everywhere on Discover Teachable. He's got a lot of pretty expensive courses on there. So those are just a few examples of things. Whoops. Oh, here's another one. I'm sorry. Make better videos by yourself. So if you're shooting videos for your social media or your business, how do you do it? Well, just by yourself in terms of camera, lighting, audio, planning, and delivery. That's $300. Okay. So I'm going to talk about Teachable, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention some of their competitors. So I'm not going to focus on every single one of these, but these are some of the main ones, and they all have different kind of slogans or things that they're good at. So I'm just going to focus on a few. And I'll start with Kajabi because I hear that most often from people. So it's their thing is they're the all-in-one online business platform. So you can access your website, products, marketing, community, and send customizable emails and more from one single dashboard. And from my understanding, not my experience, there's definitely more of a learning curve than with Teachable, right? So And it's also more expensive. It's about 3 times more expensive with their basic plan starting at $149 a month. So it might be right for you. You just gotta, they've got plenty of webinars, and I think they've got a free trial that you can check out. There's also, so I'm gonna talk about Udemy here because that's a different kind of way to deliver your course, and they have a revenue share model, which is a little bit different. So their slogan is create an online video course and earn money by teaching people around the world. So their angle is they're gonna drive students to and match them to your course using their own marketplace. So that's something that Teachable doesn't really have. Good job, you might. I'm not too sure on that one. But they have what's called an instructor revenue share. So you can pick from 3 different plans, and basically you can get a link that you share and you push, and that way you'll get more of the revenue. I think it's like you get 97% of the revenue on that course, and the rest goes to Udemy. And then they have a 50% revenue share model, and then a 25% where they're doing most of the lifting for you. So it all depends on what your needs are. All right, so, all right, whoops, I meant to go back there. All right, so what is Teachable? So their slogan is Teachable helps you easily build a beautiful course website and share your knowledge and be rewarded for it. So they have over 68,000 users, and they're about $100 million per year company. They're known for, and I've seen this on blogs, in all my research, they're known for being a great tool for beginners to online course creation. So I thought this would be an appropriate course for you all if you're interested, specifically on Teachable. They offer a number of booklets, blog posts, webinars, and more to help you get started and grow your audience and customer base. They have 4 plans ranging from a free to a business level, which I'm going to talk about next. So if you're paying monthly, you can start as low as $39 per month, and you can go up to, excuse me, my screen is in the way here, $249 per month. Okay, and then if you're, if you're going to pay annually, it's a little bit cheaper. Of course, you're paying everything up front though. So, okay, so pricing, plan, and features, which one's right for you? So they do have a free plan, which is not included on there, and it's very limiting in terms of your users and the support you can get. So I think you're limited to only 10 students. When I say users, I mean students. So it's more of something you want to use kind of to test things out and look at some of the features and some of the upgrades you might need. You can't test run the upgrades, but you can see areas, oh, hey, I need this, I'm going to need to upgrade kind of thing. The basic plan, that's great for the solopreneur, in my opinion, and you can have unlimited users. Professional is, if you've got some teams, you want to have maybe 5 admins run your Teachable account. And business is, you have many users. I think you can have something like 20 users, and then you can even have more, but you have to get on a call with Teachable. So I'm just going to pull this up really, really quick because they have this extensive kind of like spreadsheet that compares the different plans, and I'm not going to go too in the weeds here, but you can kind of just get a basic overview here. And basic plan is a great way to start out if you're on your own, and that's kind of what I'm going to focus on today. That's also what I have access to, but you can see some of the differences here, like in support, you're not going to get, with the basic plan, you're not going to get live chat, which that depends on how fast you need a response, right? So they have integrated payment processing in all of them, basic quizzes. You start to lose some features as you go down here. So like you can't grade quizzes, or have an affiliate program, which I'll talk about later. Okay, so that's something I encourage you to kind of investigate on your own. But let's get into the actual details of Teachable because I think that's going to be more helpful. Okay, so, all right, so here's kind of, I don't want to lose you all with writing, but this is kind of a basic overview of the format for Teachable. So you get an account where you can create or buy courses within your account. You have a school. So I'm going to focus a good bit on setting up your school and what the back end of your school looks like. So you can have as many schools as you want, but you do have to pay for each school. So if you want 2 schools, you're going to pay, if they're not free, you're going to be paying that $29 or $39 per month per school. So the good news is you can have as many courses as you want, unlimited within a school. So do you really need more than one school? Probably not, depending on what your business is. And then within the courses, you set up your curriculum, you have sections and lectures, which I'm going to go into detail on and show you guys. So I'm going to get out of this. I had to record video because I thought Teachable wasn't going to allow me in last night. They were having browser issues. Okay, so when you log into your account, this is what you're going to see. And I want to take you into the back end so I can kind of break things down for you and you can get a better understanding. So in order to purchase someone else's course, you need to have an account. And you can see these are courses that I've purchased, or these are free courses that I've signed up for. And then up here, you've got the courses that you own. So when you log in, that's what you're going to see. You can click on each course, and I'm going to do that in just a minute. So the front end of a school, what does it look like? Let's go back here. I'm going to be tabbing back and forth for a minute. Okay. So the front end of a course. So here's a good example. I could open Nicole Waters, but I'm just going to play it here. So when you go into your school, you're going to scroll down or scroll to your courses that you bought. And this is what you'll see when you bought somebody else's, or what someone will see when they buy yours. So Nicole Walters, she's offering a free course right now. And this is her landing page for all of her courses. And you can kind of get an idea. She's really trying to engage people and sell them on this first page here. So we're going to take a look at a fully built out school with multiple courses. So I have a free course. Wait, what is that? Sorry, I lost my notes. Okay, so let's go back, because I want to show you the tabbing back and forth is going to be a little bit confusing, but stick with me. Okay, so let's get into your school dashboard. So before you have a course, you're going to have a dashboard here. So I'm going to go back to my schools. Oops. Okay, so let's look at, we're going to go into this one here, and I've already got it pulled up. So when you log into your school and you click on that, you're going to see your school dashboard first, and then that's basically where you can kind of run reports. So you can see a list of everything here that you can pull up with your report. It's a lot like a WordPress site. So you've got your panel here to the side, and that's going to allow you to open up the different features. So you'll also have your users here on the side. You can just see, you can have, you can email students that way, add students that way, and it's pretty straightforward, right? You've got owners. These are different types of users, right? So owners, I'm the owner on this account. You've got authors, and authors are, so if you want to let somebody use your platform and your influence on your school, so say you've got a mass following, you can have someone come in and author a course, and then you can customize a revenue share with that person. So, and Teachable can handle the payout for you if you so wish. So you could say it's a 50-50, and you set it up so Teachable pays them 50 when someone buys a course, and they pay you 50. Okay, so we've got affiliates here. So affiliates are, you can set up affiliate links or codes that you give to your users, your students, and then you can also customize how much they make, a percentage they make off of somebody that buys that using their code or their link that you've provided them with, their specific affiliate code, okay? And then that's, again, you have to upgrade your plan for that. That's not available in the basic setting. Okay. Actually, I'm sorry, it is available in the basic setting. It's the, well, you can have authors too, I'm sorry. Okay, so it's the custom roles that you have to have. There's a lot of different features in here, so sometimes I even get a little bit confused. Okay, so you can customize users so that they can only see certain aspects of the backend. So for example, if you're a business and you've got 20 users, like I mentioned before, on that highest level, that 200 some odd you pay a month, you can set it up so different people within your organization can access the backend here, but maybe you don't want them to see the dashboard with the revenue or certain information about other users. You can customize roles in here. So that is what you have to upgrade for. Forgive me. I was getting a little bit confused there. Okay, so that's users. Okay, and then we have the site. So you can set up a theme based on your brand, which includes uploading your logos here. You can see here's one I've uploaded for B. Here's just a Canva image that something I created on Canva and uploaded here to size. You can darken the background here. So you're going to have a button that goes over this that leads to your course if you want it to stand out or show up. You can choose fonts here within Teachable's font range, of course. And then you can choose your color palette based on whatever your brand colors are. So it's customizable to a degree, right? So the next thing you can do is you've got your domain. So you can actually make your, if you bought a domain on GoDaddy or some other domain marketplace, you can link it here in Teachable so that it goes, Teachable basically becomes your website. That is not something that I think everybody would prefer because you can't, you might lose some of your pages in the mix, like some of your valuable pages, right? So I think it's easy to just link the Teachable page or your course page to your website instead. So you can also customize your navigation. So what do you want to show on top of, on the top of your screen of your school? And I can show you guys that in a second. I'm trying to get this little window out of the way. It's throwing me off here. Okay. All right. So you can customize what's on the top of your school page and what it reads. So you can delete things here. You can add footer links and special categories for your courses. These are just some categories we set up. So if you want to preview what's in a business category, okay, pushing past to your purpose. Okay, so next would be your bio here. So you can upload your own bio that's going to show up on your page with your image and a description. And you can edit those details right here, just basically details in your credentials. So why you've got the ability to share this course and help transform or inform somebody and help them learn something new. Okay, and then you've got pages. So you don't need a lot of pages. You've got your home page here, and you can easily unpublish. I'm going to take you to the home page of the school. I haven't done that yet. So when I was talking about customizing your navigation, these are the things I was talking about. This is your bio, which I was just showing you. And just further details, you can put testimonials here. This is a work in progress, so we need to add a few things, but I don't know if you saw on Nicole Walters, I think I went through that kind of fast, but I'll go back over it. Just kind of what makes up a good landing page for your course or for your school. So, oh, and you can also make it so that instead of having a home page that links to all your different courses, you can have a course be your home page, right? So it goes, the customer goes, instead of having to navigate through your home page, they're just directly linked to a specific course if that's what you want. Okay, so you can see comments here. How am I on time? 12:30. Okay, custom text. Okay, so again, this is footer information, checkout. I haven't really dealt with these too much, but you can play with them, and this is just various information like completing your purchase, verifying, order summary. You can change the lexicon on it if you want. It's pretty straightforward though. Okay, you have code snippets. So if you wanted to add code, CSS, and customize CSS across pages on your site, you could do that. You've also got HTML, JavaScript, code snippets inside the head tag here. Logged in snippets, logged out snippets. So there's a range, and I'm not somebody who codes, so I haven't played with that feature at all. Okay, and then we have the Power Editor. So this lets you customize your school's templates. It's what it says right here, and add custom code if you so wish. But that's, you have to upgrade your plan. Let's see, I'm curious what level that is. I had that down here. Oh, it's the business plan. So that's the highest level there. And that could be useful if you're running a larger scale business, right? So, okay, so I'm not going to go into the sales page. The next is the sales page, but I'm going to talk about it because I don't want to, that's sensitive information. So let's go back to view here in the PowerPoint. Bear with me. Okay, so your sales page. All right, so you're going to see, you're going to have a transactions tab, just like I was tabbing through those other subsets on the previous tabs there. You've got your transactions tab, and that's just going to show you your transaction, your total sales, your earnings, affiliate earnings, any refunds and chargebacks, or chargebacks, from my understanding, can be fraudulent charges that someone's used another person's credit card, which isn't good. So they count for everything there in the transactions. You've got a statement, and statement payouts are pretty straightforward, right? So just a statement, just like you would have a bank statement, and payouts are going to show when you got paid, how much, and where the money was direct deposited. Whoops, didn't mean for that to happen. Okay, you've got a breakdown, which is going to show you your daily earnings there. Upsell, so that's for the professional plan and up, and basically it's going to show the number of conversions you had on an upsell or an advertisement within or at the close of your course. So an example is you might have a thank you page, right? And you want to lead somebody to your next course. With the upsell on the professional plan, you can then track how many conversions there were. So is your course leading people to that next course, that next thing? And that was kind of goes back to what I mentioned with that client saying, hey, what I really want to do is get people to buy into this other thing, but I got to get them down the sales funnel. Okay. Okay. And then reserves. So they do hold out, Teachable does hold out 10% reserves from each transaction. So and that's after all fees and commissions, and that accounts for refunds, chargebacks, fraudulent activity. And then those reserves are paid out to the primary school owner 45 days after the transaction. So just in case it's there. All right, so let's talk about email. That's the next tab. And I don't have to do this because I can now get into Teachable. So email. Okay, so you can compose email straight from Teachable, right? Oops, I meant to block that out. And send directly to individual users, all users enrolled in a specific course, or everyone in your school. That's pretty great. Okay, you have a history of the emails you've sent. You've got, over here on the side, a template editor. Okay, which allows you to, the email is sent to a student when they enroll and pay for a course. So it allows you to edit the type of, this is a receipt that's showing basically. So you can code in, I guess, this is basic code in HTML, right? Yeah. Basic. So you can change, you know, with a custom email, what do you want to send there? So that's kind of a nice feature. Okay. And then settings. So you can control which automated emails are sent out and what will be sent to your students basically. So you can just turn any of these toggles on or off. And that's a pretty nice feature. It includes drip content. So, and it notifies them basically. So if you want to drip out your course and say, this is a 7-day challenge and each day you deliver a new section of the course, you can do that. And I'm going to go into more detail on that as well. So when we get into the course here in just a minute. All right. Okay, so, and then the settings section here. Okay, and this is just, I could go on and on about the different settings. This is just all basic information. What you can allow different authors to do, let authors publish a course, different permissions for users, enabling comment moderation, just anything you would see on the back end of like a WordPress site or Squarespace, right? So you can actually add a blog to your school if you choose. Okay. And this is something that I kind of hate it when when you're taking a course and the video just automatically starts playing. So you can turn that off. I'm going to do that right now, actually. Okay. All right. And then you have payments, and it just shows you the processing fees, right? And you can find more info about that when you're looking at the different plans. Taxes, we don't have to worry about that. That's for Europe only. Whoops, come on back. What happened? Notifications. So this is the notifications you receive. So you can set up to get enrollment notifications, subscription notifications, comment notifications, basic stuff, right? You've got your plan there. That's just going to show you what plan you have and allow you to upgrade. Okay. Billing, that's where you put in your credit card information. I'm not going to go there. I don't think it's showing anything. Okay, so you can integrate with third-party applications. So you can integrate with MailChimp. All users sign up and course enrollments will be passed to your MailChimp list. That might be a feature that you really like. I know that I've heard that things like Kajabi are a little bit better for that. And there's more things you can integrate. I haven't used any integrations with Teachable. I'm just keeping it on the very basic level of here's my content and I'm delivering it to you. But you do have capabilities with these various integrations here. Google Analytics. Should probably add that in. So, but yeah. Okay. Okay, I don't know too much about webhooks, if I'm being honest. But that's an added feature. It's a more advanced integration, it says. I'm going to skip over that one. Default roles. So you can, you've got your primary owner. You can sign up to 2 owners and authors on your current plan, right? So I might have access and then B might have access. Okay, beta program. So I'm not going to go into details on that. That's an opt-in you can have. I want to get to the course before time runs out. Okay, so courses here on the side. First, let me let you look at the front end of a course because that is going to give you a better understanding of how the back end works. Okay, so we're going to take a look at 2 here. Let's do Sketch Like an Artist. Okay, so this is a Teachable course. You can see it's Sketch Like an like an Architect. And you can see they've got this nice video here on their course landing page. So this is not their school landing page. This is when you go in here, when you go in to a school, I'm trying to find my main page. Where are you at? Too many tabs. Okay. You can see courses. This is B's school, right? And you can then see the course that she is active and published right now. When you click in here, you're going to see the page, but we're not going to see that. Oh, yeah, we are. Okay. So then you can see details like, well, who is this course for? About the author, testimonials if you want to add them, course curriculum. And this to me is the biggest feature because it shows people what they're getting within the course, each section and each lecture within the section, and if it's got video or not, and how long it's going to take them. Okay, so I want to go back to this this other one I was going to show you guys because they've got theirs built out a little bit more with an intro video that's going to give you an idea of the value of the course. This page is going to communicate the outcome, right? Like this is where you really want to let a potential buyer know that you're going to transform some aspect of their life by allowing them, by them taking this course. So it'll talk about what you learn in the course and who is it for exactly. So is it for beginners? Is it for intermediate level? The testimonials I was talking about, it's a great place to put your testimonials on the course and let your customers talk for you. And then of course the course curriculum. Okay. All right, and you can kind of see how each course there's usually a welcome section followed by the first lecture here. And then you'll usually have some in between. This person decided to just have one big section before they close out on with a conclusion there. And then you can follow up with bonus material, or some do their thank you page. And if you're interested in this course, you'll probably be interested in my other course. That's where we go into the upsell, the conversion that I was talking about earlier. Okay, so let's go to the back end because we don't have that much time left. But the back end's, the great thing about Teachable is it really is, it's drag and drop. So it's pretty simple to understand. But you can see this is just a picture I have of the back end here. And let's get into it. Come on, where did I put you? Okay, so let's look at this one. This is one of the 3 courses we have kind of going. All right, so it looks similar to your school tabs on the side, the panel on the side. And so I'm just going to walk through each of these basically. But so this is your basic information page where you can publish your course. You can take a look at your sales page here. So this is what people who might need to, people who are interested in buying your course, what they're going to see. And this is, again, a work in progress. You would put your information here. It's just the same thing I showed you with the architect course. And then you have the course curriculum. So after somebody's purchased the course, what are they going to see, right? And then they can take the course at their own pace. Or if you're doing a drip email for it, you can have it delivered to their inbox, each section. So I'll show you all that in just a minute. Okay, I'm going kind of fast right now, but I'm hoping this is all making sense. Okay, so, and we've got, details. What's the name of your course? Basic stuff. The categories you're gonna put it under, like we talked about earlier. Thumbnail, they've got, what does it look like in web and iOS? So you're definitely gonna wanna create a thumbnail for that. I haven't done that yet. And you can tell when I pull it up on mobile, it doesn't look so good. So I need to change that. Course compliance. So this, you have to upgrade for this, but if you need to check the status, or it's very important, it's not like a course you're just selling to customers, it's maybe an internal course you're running for recertification. This allows you to enforce a certain order and grade quizzes, and so people can go back and take the quizzes again. This would, to me, this is more valuable for internal use. And then you've got default pages. So after somebody purchases, where are they taken to next? So they go straight to your enrolled course curriculum, a custom URL, a thank you page. You can delete the course here, nope, or you can duplicate the course, which I find this actually really great because a lot of the courses, the outlines are the same within these schools. So then I can just go in and keep the same format and write over the text and delete a video and insert a new one. So that's a great feature that I've really enjoyed. Okay, so we've got the different pages here. This is just your sales page. So again, let's view it. This is what you're seeing. It's that first course page, that buy-in page. You've got your checkout page. Let's view it. I don't think this is published, is it? No, so we're not going to be able to view it. It's unpublished. So when you're checking out, that's where you enter your information. And then you've got your thank you page. So after someone buys, they're sent to B's thank you page here. Okay. And your curriculum. So this is the meat of it. And it's not going to take that long because it's so easy. So, okay. Again, it's drag and drop. So give me just a second here. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything because this is the most important part. All right, so we're starting with the big welcome, and you can go in and edit the titles here of each section. But you can see these are suggestions I have for her. But you might add a file here, and you can add video, you can add audio, you can add a PDF, you can add anything you want. So you can add text. So if you want to add a story within your course or information directions, you would add that. You can add a quiz. You can't, with the basic plan, you don't get graded result. You can't grade your quizzes, right? So just keep that in mind. A code example, so if you're teaching code, you can insert that there. You can add a custom code, okay, to insert in your lecture. So those are just the various things that you can include. So for example, all I have to do when I add a file is choose a file. Let's see what I've got here. I'm scared to open my computer right now. Oh, I don't want to do that. Computer, choose a file. If you saw my desktop, you'd understand why I need that organization. Okay, so I'm trying to get in my Dropbox. Where did I put it? Where are you? Okay, so if I wanted to upload a video, I can do that, upload, and a block will be created. I probably shouldn't have chosen a video because it's going to take a minute. Easy. So you just go into your computer, you put in your hard drive if you're pulling from there, and you upload directly in. Okay, I'm going to cancel that because that's going to take too long. But you can see all the connections it has to Google Drive. All right, I don't want to do that anymore. Okay. All right, so let's go back. And so I think one thing I've struggled with Teachable, and I'm just going to be really honest about it right here, is sometimes when I edit the text here, this is kind of frustrating. It won't update it when in the editor. So for example, I'm trying to show you guys one. So if I click on this, it's been edited, but it doesn't always show the changes I made in the editor, if that makes sense. I'm trying to find an example, but you'll see if you get into it. You can see it when you preview it, the updated changes, but it doesn't always update it in the editor, which is a little frustrating. So again, these sections here, you can have as many sections as you want, and then you can have as many lectures underneath a section. And you can see that we've got a good flow here. So we have an opening story for every lecture with 3 videos and 3 exercises. So again, you're just basically inserting the outline of the course you want to create directly in with drag and drop.
So Kait,
yeah.
It seems to me like the hardest part of this is the outline and then creating the content. And then you're really coming in here and laying the content out based on the outline.
Right. That's the absolute hardest part.
This mixture of copy, video, and then quizzes, right? That you have to really be thinking about. And so, you know, what's the copy that drives somebody to a video, gets them to click on the video, then they watch the video, and the video could be a screen share of you going through a PowerPoint presentation, or it could be a more high velocity, well-defined video of, you know, be teaching or whatnot, right?
Mhm.
Be
Yeah.
telling the story. So I think, that's pretty clear. We have this idea of there's text, then there's the video for that lesson, and then there's a quiz, and then move on to the next component, the next class in the curriculum, right? So talk a little bit about the quizzes.
So the quizzes, so that's just another feature they've added in there to engage your audience. The number one thing that you want to do with an online course is engage your audience, right? Just like you said, you want people to click on the video, you want people to watch, you want people to get through that section. You don't want it to just sit there and be a course that somebody doesn't take. Like, that's not actually creating value for the customer. So
yeah, it looked to me like most of the videos on the architecture class was like 6 minutes long. Like, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
But there was like, there were 6 different things, but it looked like most were 6 to 7 minutes long. So we're not talking real long videos. We're talking.
Yeah. And that was the
next nugget. Take a test, a chapter nugget, take a quick quiz to make sure you learned what you got, right? Right.
And so that's absolutely right. So the kind of closing statements I had there, because I know is all related to what you're saying, basically. So there's just a few helpful tips. So let's talk about keeping the lecture short. The longest I've seen is maybe a 10-minute video, but I think that's even too long. Lisa Kanda, who has created a number of online courses too, and she's a local marketer in Savannah, would tell you that 5 minutes, I think, is the best for a video. People don't want to watch long videos. They don't want to sit in an hour-long course or webinar and watch you instruct. That's so boring. They just want helpful pieces of nuggets, like you said. You want to keep the students engaged with videos. I mean, you see, if you go look through most of these Teachable accounts, you can go to Teachable courses. I'm talking here myself. You can see some of the top accounts here, and they're gonna they all have video, right? So let's see here, list by number. Oh, she doesn't have video, but in her course I'm sure she does. But most of the first, even the first page before you buy the course has a video. You've got to capture people on that first page, and there is competition out there. So that kind of leads me to this first point. Your course is not your MVP. So if you follow the Creative Coach, you've heard of minimum viable product. It's something that you want to already have an audience for and already have a customer base for. I would say for the first chapter of Bee's book, I spent 40 hours on it. So the first section, it's not necessarily a quick thing. You have to outline first. So before you get going, you don't just throw content in there. You've got to have an outline of what you're going to do, and it's time consuming, and you've got to have videos, you've got to have quizzes, and you've got to come up with those things yourself. So I would say if you're interested in learning more about MVPs, you can go check out the Creative Coast online learning resources on customer discovery. Jen's talked about it. Miriam just did a talk on it. So make sure, don't, it's not the field of dream situation. Don't think if you put a course out there and you put it on Facebook and advertise it, that you're going to get a lot of views, because I've tried it and you won't. I've tried it. You might get clicks, but you won't get buy-ins necessarily. Okay. So, and then I, on that third point, create an outline, of course, and then utilize the resources that Teachable offers. I wish I had it pulled up right here, but something that helped me is Teachable actually has a guide that you can download, and it walks you through like even filming yourself, lighting, and different camera packages you can buy, from the cheapest to the most expensive to create your course. And then they talk about where they get their content from, their stock photos. And it was places I never even heard of. I use Canva for everything, but they have, they give you a lot of resources. They have webinars. They have a blog that you can go and utilize. And then if you're not Teachable, all these platforms, Podia does as well. And it's funny, across all of them, they all say this is not an MVP, basically. Don't think you're just gonna, you have a great idea and it's gonna sell. So I wanna reiterate that. If you're here, make sure you're spending time getting to know your customers and whether people actually want to buy it and what they want to pay for it. And make sure you look at other instructors and what they're charging for it. You saw the price range there for that podcast. It was $800. I've seen $1,000 ones. I've seen some that were $150, and I took the course. I'm like, that was not $150. And it was totally, the person was just selling herself, right? She wasn't actually creating valuable content. So I didn't buy that one. That was a free one. It ended up being free, but your goal there is to transform the customer's life in some way, and keep that in mind when you're creating your course. Okay, sorry, I'm done. Questions?
Questions, anyone? Type them in the chat or feel free to unmute yourself and ask away.
I have a question. This is Kat.
Hi, Kat.
Hey, thanks. It was a nice course. One thing that you mentioned was linking your domain name, and you kind of recommended not to do that. But I have a question. What if you didn't link your home page, but linked another page? Would that work, or do you know? If you don't, that's okay.
You mean like linked the course page to your website? Is that what you're saying? To your own domain?
Yeah, you know how like when you have your home page, like your website can have several pages.
Right.
So
Right.
what if you linked not your home page to the course? Would
You
it
can do that? Sure.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want. I mean that would be fine, and it would just redirect there. But yeah, I mean, technically you could do that. Sure.
Okay. And then can I keep asking all my questions? If somebody else wants to jump in, please do. Do you know, like, do some people offer a refund? Like you said, the course that you took that was normally $150, that if it's, and then you were like, but really it wasn't $150 worth of content, in your opinion?
You
Do
don't
some
like
people-
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Say,
So this architect course that I showed, they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're not impressed, you can request a full and complete refund.
okay.
So yeah, and you can put that in your on your course page. So I think they have these little logos for it too.
Kate, is that refund something that's optional as an instructor or a school, or does Teachable require that all teachers on their platform have that?
From my understanding, it is optional. I wanted to try to pull it up, but we don't have a refund on this course. I mean, if you're selling a course and at a discount on top of it, I mean, you should have the option to just say, hey, like, this is way more value than what I'm and time consuming. So you don't have to put a refund policy on there, or you do need a refund policy, but you don't have to have a refund or offer a refund. Does that make sense?
This is Melissa. I have two questions. The first one is, when you upload a video, are there any video editing capabilities in Teachable, or does it have to be ready to roll when you upload it?
It needs to be ready to roll. And that's a little frustrating because that's where you're going to spend the bulk of your time. And it's nice to be able to put it in and then snip it. But it's the uploading and downloading times that does take a lot of work. And I could be wrong. I don't know if Kajabi has video editing capabilities, but some of these more advanced ones like Articulate 360, I think they might. And they have like screencast, capabilities, so you can, present with your screen and record it. I'm pretty sure. So I would encourage you, if that's like a big thing for you, and you're going to be doing a lot of videos and you don't feel like uploading, downloading, to look at some of the other online courses platforms out there.
What video editing software do you use?
Well, I'm pretty cheap, so I use what came on my Microsoft with my computer. I also have downloaded some from the web that I don't really use that frequently. I use apps on my phone. I've used I think it's Film Editor Pro. I've used the iMovie app. It depends on what I'm trying to do and the look I'm trying to get. So I actually like my computer for adding like little pop-up quick descriptions of what the video is, because it has this setting that I really like. I'm finding that different softwares do different things that I like, and I'm pretty cheap, so I'm not going to pay a lot. So I take what I can get. And there's lots of ways around like spending a ton of money to edit video.
Okay,
Use what you've got. Yeah.
The second question I had was about determining the price of your course. Are there guidelines on what Teachable clients are willing to pay in terms of length, or is it just a free-for-all of pricing?
It's a free-for-all. So you can price it at whatever you want, but just know that there's a lot of different, I mean, you're going to have most likely competitors, and it's important to talk to your customers first. And if you know you have people that are willing to buy and they said, gosh, like I wish someone could teach me how to do that. And they're always saying that would be a great skill I'd love to learn. Like ask your customers, okay, so what would you be willing to pay to learn that? Because I'm thinking about offering that, or do some research. And yeah, I encourage you to figure out that price point, and maybe you have to adjust the price, play around with it. But
because I tried Udemy a few years ago, and they went from free-for-all pricing to capping everything at $19.99 or something like that. So I take it Udemy is not doing that anymore, but I just didn't know if Teachable had that kind of price caps or such. It doesn't look like they do, but I just...
I mean, I'm sure they have something like you can't charge like $50,000 for a course or something like that, but I don't know. I mean, you can offer anything from free to, I think you saw that one that was up to $1,000. I don't know that I've seen many over $1,000 though. That's just something to think about. I hadn't really looked into that. That's a good question. I can try to find out and get back to you.
All right, I want to be mindful of people's time, so I'm actually going to stop the recording. Thanks, everyone. It's been awesome. If you want to hang out for a sec online, if you got a few more questions, Kate might be able to answer you, but I am going to go ahead and stop the recording. So thanks, everyone.